Frederick is currently sitting at the table in the living room, as he likes to call the tent-like area, happily tapping away at the translator tablet the gruff reptilian handed him, adding more words to the ever-growing codex for the algorithm to work with. The basics seem to be relatively covered for now, albeit a bit rough around the edges. The software has already caught on to a few patterns, and is starting to try and predict parts of the words it wants him to add, but it seems the absolutely insane and chaotic nature of the English language is a bit too much for it at the moment. Across from him sits aforementioned reptilian woman, sticking the tip of her sharp tongue out of her toothy maw in deep concentration, as she goes over the material he gave her. Her eyes never leave the tablet-like device, burning with passion as she scans over his explanation as to how he managed to teach his little murder kitten how to add and subtract numbers. Curie doesn't particularly share her passion, but she still looks over her big sis's shoulder from time to time, simply happy that she is in such a good mood today. A sudden snort from Frederick catches her attention, as one particular well-intentioned but ultimately misguided translation suggestion makes Frederick laugh out loud, breaking the silence. God no. Dushavy stoically continues poring over the material, but Curie brightens up at a chance to make some conversation again, the silence slowly getting to her. What's up? He finishes some inputs, and quickly puts the tablet down on the table before answering. Just a bad translation, he explains. It wants me to translate hand, and then offer hend for many. Is it wrong? She is convinced that the translator slate made a sensible guess. She would have done the same, after all. Yeah, it is wrong. English is... He tries to word his thoughts. It make not much sense, sometimes. One thing is like this, other thing is completely different. Very complex, he gestures. Could you show me? She tilts her head, not sure if she got what he meant. Sure, example. He scoots a bit closer. Take words hand and part. One hand, two hands. One part, two parts. Easy. Add s at end of word, get multiple. Curie nods along, motioning for him to continue. But now it get complex. Listen good. He playfully raises his finger, mocking a particular elementary school teacher of his. Take photo and tomato. Both sound same, right? Ends with toe, but not same. One tomato, two tomatoes, with es at end, but photo different. One photo and two photos. Only s at end, not es. What? Why? She asks him, bewildered. She never heard of something as nonsensical as that. Languages are supposed to be easy to learn, especially if it's got a central role like English or uni do. He simply shrugs. Do not know. It's like that. Really? But that's stupid. Why would anyone make a language like that? It's way too complicated, and it doesn't even make any sense. He gives her a heartfelt laugh. Oh, I know. I know very good. Almost every human know. Then why didn't they change it? She crosses her arms, pouting. Often things like that keep because changing things is harder than just continue. I know, but it's still stupid, she sulks, half serious. She wants to learn the language properly, after all. A weird inconsistency here and there might not be that uncommon for the galaxy's many languages. But seriously? She has never come across any language as haphazardly pieced together as that. Other languages even worse sometimes, he chuckles. God, I hated learning French. I know something you may be like. It's funny. He tries to cheer her up. We have thing we say back home. English is not one language, but 3 different languages acting like one, while wearing a clothing. A language is wearing coverings? Yes, but not actually. She blankly stares at him, slowly raising an eyebrow. Humans like making things look like person in our heads. Always do, even if not want to, he explains. Really? Is instinct. Help us survive. We even have a word for it, but it's very long and complex, so you not have to feel bad if cannot say. Ready? She gives him an eager nod. Word is anthropomorphism. We see face where is no face. We feel emotion for object, and we think a thing is like person. It sounds weird if I say it like that, but it makes sense. Oh, hey, that translator is very better now. Forget what I say. Still not good. Carrie sniggers briefly, but her curiosity outweighs her amusement as a thought comes to her. So humans think a thing or an animal is like a person? Is that why you helped Bublas? That question seems to have blindsided him quite a bit, and he silently contemplates it for a few moments. I think yes, he says with a slightly weird tone. I know she is like person now. You also, but I not know in past. So, yes, can be the reason. Carrie slightly regrets asking him that now, worried she might have hurt or offended him in some way because of that odd tone of his. Was that question not okay? She apologetically lowers her ears. I did not want to insult you. Sorry. Oh, no. You do not have to be sorry. He hastily tries to set things straight. I were just surprised. But she is still a bit unsure. The way he said that felt off for some reason. Really? She tries to ensure. Absolutely, he confirms. Hey, if you two are done with your weird whatever that is, could you take a quick look at this? Dushavy pipes up, practically shoving her tablet into his hands. Sure? He takes it, scanning over the pages of unreadable squiggles and scribbling, his eyes finally landing on the only decimal numbers on the whole screen. What is I supposed to understand from this? He asks, confused. Ah, right. You don't know how to read uni. Give me that translator doohickey. He gives it to her, looking at her expectantly. Right, she mutters, changing a few settings. By the way, where is that red demon of yours right now? She not hungry or something? Demon? Do you mean Bubbles? Yeah, of course I mean Dushavy suddenly stops mid-sentence, as the translator does its job, and she gazes at him with narrowed eyes. Are you serious? You gave her fecking Bubbles, the word Bubbles, as her name? Hey, Bubbles sounds cute. She make cute bubble sounds in past whenever she happy. And I don't give a scarg's ass about that. Give that poor girl a proper name, you idiot. She admonishes him. Bubbles is a perfectly fine... Is it? Really? How come you called Frederick and not Slurp or something stupid like that, huh? She asks him sharply. Well, things changed since then. When I give her name, I think she was just an animal. Frederick, I have to agree with her. You should give her a real name, Carrie carefully adds, surprised and even a bit impressed by her big sis getting so defensive about the pup all of a sudden. You think so? Frederick weakly responds. Void be damned you do. That blasted demon is practically your own pup. You gotta give her a real name, Slurp.